So today we're gonna be doing PBS versus Astral versus Black Eyes Freddy to see which out of the three is the best Apex. So we got one that does stunning, one that does anti-regen, and one that does slowing. So we're gonna go on to Endless 5, which each of these units to see which one exactly is the best. So we're gonna obviously have our booster and our early game, since like none of these are considered early game in any subject, anything in the game. So yeah, let me introduce them to you. So this is Planet Buster Scott with Overclock. His passive is Devastator. Attacks instantly execute enemies under 30% health and bosses in IMPS at 10% health. His stats are B+, A+, and S. Okay, and this is Black Eyes Freddy. His passive is enemies hit are slowed by 65%. He has B-, SSS, and S for his stats, and with Vengeance. And this is Astral Bonnie with Spring Lock. He's a continuous splash. He does 100% anti-regen. His stats are S, A-, and S. Okay, so now that I've introduced all the units to you, let's get right into it. Okay guys, so let's pick Endless 5, and we are not on Night 5. I don't know why it says that. So we're going to be starting off with Planet Buster Scott. So let's go ahead and pick the hardest mode, and whoever gets farthest in the game wins. Whoever can make it to the end wins. Okay, let's get our boosters down. Don't know what I'm doing. I'm kind of failing. Okay. Now, we just need to get a 70,000. So yeah, we're gonna see which one of these gets the farthest. Also, PBS and Astral Bonnie got. Planet Buster got. He went from 50,000 place down to 70,000. Just bad. Okay, now let's get rid of our early game. And yeah, we're gonna see how far he can make it. He has full map control. Let's get him upgraded all the way. He does nuke stunning, so that's really good. He is one of the best stuns. In most scenarios, he is the best stun, but for any boss raids, he is the best stun. And for Space Endless, he is the best stun. So yeah, let me rate this guy. I like his design. His idle animation's cool. His hammer's cool. The way he attacks, he like jumps with the hammer. That's cool. Also these weird black holes in his, I think there's a black hole in his arm. Those are really cool. I'm gonna give this unit design like an 8 out of 10. I just don't like how he clips into the ground sometimes. Like, not really. He sometimes does. His feet clip into the ground sometimes, but I don't like that when units do that. It bothers me. For the damage wise, I'm gonna give this one an 8 out of 10. He is basically does AoE since he does nuke, and I don't know why nuke exists. It's basically AoE. And he does stunning, so yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10. Honestly, he is a really good unit, but I don't think he's gonna make it too long. You can only place down one of him. So let's just see how far he will actually make it. Then I'm gonna quit yapping and see how far we can make it. But the units, he does have an entire second until he attacks again. So enemies have like 0.5 seconds to walk. They have a 0.622 seconds to walk since he stuns for entire half a second. So I just wanted to say the enemies, they don't really have that much time to walk. So yeah, let's get back to the montage. Not really montage, but you know what I mean. They also nerfed PBS. They made him 70,000 to place down from 50,000. But they buffed some other units that we'll talk about later in this video. So make sure to stick around to see what other units that they buffed. So yeah, make sure to stick around. And while you're at it, why don't you subscribe? It's free. You can always undo it later if you change your mind. And it will help me a lot. So why don't you click that subscribe button right now. Okay guys, so we only made it to wave 50 with Planet Buster Scott. And that makes sense since, yeah, it's the hardest mode. And, he doesn't do true stunning. So, I didn't really expect much from Planet Buster Scott. But that was actually kind of farther than I thought we were going to make it. So yeah, I'm going to open these packs at the end. Open the exclusive packs at the end. I know I got some. I'm going to open those packs at the end. And we're going to see if we can actually get Orville from it or not. Okay, so our next unit that we're going to do is Black Eyes Freddy. He does slowing by 65%. So we honestly might be better than Planet Buster Scott. And you can place 2 of him. So honestly, he might be better than Planet Buster Scott. I don't know. Yeah, let's get into Endless 5. Let's go pick Endless 5. And we're going to see how far Black Eyes Freddy can make it. So again, he has S cooldown. Let's go ahead and pick the hardest modifier. Gonna get down our early games and our boosters. Not mess this part up so we can actually make it 2 seconds at the enemies. Okay. Honestly, in my opinion, Crying Soul is the best early game in the game right now. He does 1,000 damage. He does 1,600 damage, but we're not here to talk about Crying Soul. We're here about the Black Eyes, about the Apexes that we're doing for our challenge. So let's go ahead and upgrade these guys, and then we'll get rid of our early games, just so it gives them kind of a fair advantage. Okay? Not really an advantage, but... So yeah, let's now get rid of our early games, and we're gonna see how far we can actually make it with Black Eyes Freddy. Just kind of like Planet Buster Scott. I don't expect Black Eyes Freddy to make it that far. He does do cone AoE and slowing. Seriously, why that cooldown? But he does do AoE, cone AoE and slowing, just like that. As you can see, he slows by 65%. Which honestly is a pretty good unit. Damage-wise, I'll give this guy a 7 out of 10. Even though he is an Apex, he does 47,000 damage. He, in my opinion, he and Apollo's son are probably the worst Apexes. Just that's my opinion. But he can be evolved into Frostbite Freddy, which is better slowing and does way better damage. So let's rate this guy's design. So I like how he attacks, even though there is no special thing. There's no like special animation for when he attacks. There's no like cool. I mean, there is this icy effect around him, which I guess is actually kind of cool. Also, I like how he has like one eye. I guess like in his picture, he has one eye. Also, like the holes in his body. Yeah, I like this block. I don't know how that got there, but that's actually kind of cool. So design-wise, I'll give this guy like an 8.5 out of 10. Maybe a 9 out of 10. Yeah, a 9 out of 10 seems fair. And yeah, now let's see just how far we can actually make it with him, and hope that we can get farther than PBS. And hope that I didn't put the Apexes in the wrong order, because I thought PBS would get last and Black Eyes would be better, and then Astral's gonna win. Honestly, don't think that Astral's gonna beat Frostbite.
jeez, Black Eyes. Why'd I always get him in his evolution mixed up, bro? I don't know why. I always get him and his evolution mixed up. I always call him Frostbite and the other guy Black Eyes. I don't know why. But at first I didn't even know that he could be evolved into Black Eyes. I thought they were two separate units. Also, I thought at first that OMK was the evolution of OMC.
What?
And then I thought to get normal OMC, you need to evolve 8-bit OMC for some reason. Which I guess could make sense. But 8-bit OMC is better than OMC and OMK, in my opinion. You could give me down in the comments. But I think that he's better because he does, yeah. Okay. We lost, we got 10 waves farther than Planet Buster Scott, and that's actually better. So at least he got farther than Planet Buster. So far my prediction has been correct, but honestly, Black Eyes might win it. I don't think, even though that Astral does a ton of anti-region, like a ton of damage. He's continuous splash. He does, dang, that's actually kind of good. But anyway, let's take Astral Bonnie into Endless 5. Okay, so we picked Endless 5. This is not Night 5. Okay, let's go ahead and pick the hardest modifier and get down our early game at our boosters. We gotta do this fast. Guess. Okay, gotta do this fast. There we go. Okay, I'm going to get down Astral soon. Once we have enough for him. Then we're gonna get all 3 of them down. So that we can rate his design. And whatnot. I'm gonna put one next to every entrance. And then once all of them are upgraded, we're gonna get rid of the early game. Just, yeah, I don't know. I didn't do this with Planet Buster Scott, but it didn't really matter. So yeah, we're gonna, once they're all upgraded and at fully max, we're gonna rate him, and we're gonna get rid of the early games as well, and put it on 1.5 times speed. I do not have 2 times speed. Okay. Every time I've gotten it, I've always traded it for souls, since it's honestly not that great, in my opinion. So let's see how fast he will obliterate this boss here. Yay. See, pretty fast. So yeah, we're gonna get rid of our early game. And let's rate Astral Bonnie. So Astral Bonnie is a really cool unit. Like, look at these effects that he does. I love the black holes, the plants that surround him in his idle animation. He uses them to attack. And then also I like these, I think those are atoms that go around him when he starts attacking. Or no, during his idle. It's like they're always around him. Like you see these like atoms. I think they're atoms. But anyway, I also like his what are those? I don't know what those are on him, but those are all really cool. And I like how he's based off of Withered Bonnie, since he doesn't have a face, which is cool. And then so yeah, his effects and his design, I'll give it a 10 out of 10. He's so cool looking. But his damage is 19,000 every 0.181 seconds, which is insane damage. Let me check his DPS. That is some insane DPS he is doing. One of the, he's not the highest damage per second unit, but he is really good. He is like the best Apex out of the original Apexes. So yeah, he is doing 105,000 damage per second, which is just absolutely insane. He is a continuous splash, so he absolutely obliterates all of the bosses. And now that you can place 3 of him, he's doing up to like 315,000 DPS, all 3 of them. And that's not even with the best booster. I just have Shiny Hand Unit, which 1.5, 1.5.6. I could get Shiny Cost Plus Trap and Shiny Glamrock Indo, since those two are better than Shiny Hand Unit. But I just use Shiny Hand Unit since it takes up 1 slot. So yeah, he is a really good unit. Like, look how fast that boss just got absolutely obliterated by them. So yeah, we're gonna see if he can actually beat Black Eyes Freddy and Planet Buster Scott. And he probably will. He has a continuous splash. And if you don't know what continuous means, it just means he just has a really low cooldown. And he does like this beam effect that affects one enemy. But with Splash, Splash is like, it affects all the enemies that are around that one enemy. That's like kind of like that. Kind of like that. It's just like, if there's enemies around the enemy that is attacking, it also doesn't. Like, look how much enemies that he just killed right there. It's a lot of enemies at once. So, yeah, he is a really good unit. Look how much units he's gonna defeat. If we can get a ton of units just stacked right here in the middle, he's gonna defeat them so fast. Look. Bam, all of them gone. Like, look at this boss, how fast he's gonna get rid of. Bam, absolutely obliterated. And he just needs to get to wave 60, or he just needs to get wave to like 63 or above to beat Black Eyes Freddy and be crowned the best Apex out of these 3. When you put the 3 combined, though, they're absolutely insane in Inly mode. PvP, endless, boss raids, you can name it, they're absolutely insane together. So I highly suggest using these 3 Apexes if you have them. But for PvP and for most endless, I suggest using a Moondrop. Since Moondrop is the best stun in my opinion, he's not better than DD, even though what the websites say. He is better than DD by a mile. Moondrop is better than DD. But yeah, so I suggest using them. So if you have Michael's Demise and Moondrop, I highly say that you should use them. So yeah, I persuade you to use them, since they're really good. Except if you're on PvP, since Michael's Demise is obviously banned right now. So that's okay. Just use like Michael Afton or something, or Gaia Chica. Wait, Gaia Chica's also is banned. Just use like Michael Afton for your true stunning, because he does true stunning with his traps. Which honestly, Michael Afton is really good, but he's not as good as Michael's Demise. So if you're on like this endless, I suggest using Moondrop. If you're on boss raids, again, do not use Moondrop. But on boss raids, use Planet Buster Scott, since you can get his cooldown super low, so that enemies have barely any time to move at all. Like, you can get his cooldown to like 0.501, which, no, you can't get it to that crazy, but you can get it down to pretty crazy. And that means they have 0.01 seconds to walk. But, like, you know my point. You can get his cooldown down a lot. So, yeah, I suggest using PBS for boss raids. And if you're in Space Endless, use DD for your early game, and use Planet Buster for your stunning. It's the exact same thing I said as before. He's gonna kill him. Oh, he didn't kill him. Oh, that's not good. So Astral Bonnie and Black Eyes both got to wave 61, and Planet Buster got to wave 50. So who is better? Obviously, it's easy. Astral Bonnie is way better. Astral Bonnie got closer to defeating the boss than Black Eyes did. So yeah, I highly suggest you use Astral Bonnie. He is really good. So yeah, that's not gonna be the end of the video, since we still have these 7 exclusive packs to open. Let's open 3 first. We might get Orville, you never know. You never know, we might get him. Open 3 again, come on. Okay, and we got 1 left. And Orville, okay, that's not Orville. But yeah, like, this is my team. This is always gonna be my team. It's gonna be Astral Bonnie, Black Eyes Freddy, Planet Buster Scott, Crying Soul, and Michael. This team is goated, and also Shiny Hand Unit. Okay, so like I said, this team is really good. I suggest using these 3. If you have Vanny, definitely use Vanny over Black Eyes Freddy. Vanny is definitely better than Black Eyes Freddy. So yeah, that's going to be the end of the video, guys. And tell me what your thoughts are on Astral Bonnie's buff and Planet Buster's nerf. I hope you guys have a good day. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. But until then, goodbye.